So next I'm going to be going over Transpose by Bad Sons. And I like this song because it kind of reminds me of the whole Descartes thing with his evil genius, and I'll get more into that when we go over the lyrics.
Sleepless nights are new to me. All these thoughts are killing me. Someone come and put me at ease.
And so this first verse is like, sleepless nights are new to me. It's like, oh, philosophy's hard work. Like, you get in here and it tears down every single wall that you've built, every single pathway that you've traveled, and that you know the way to. Everything's just gone, and you have to look at things in a different viewpoint. And the next, all these thoughts are killing me. So all these thoughts that like everything I know might be a lie and everything I trusted might be fake. So that's sort of jarring if you're just sort of thrust into it. And then someone come and put me at ease. It's like, someone just tell me the truth, but it's not as easy as that. The truth isn't that easy to find.
All of my anxiety, there's no cause that I can see. What's this scratching at my brain?
That's all of my anxiety. There's no cause that I can see. It's like, do I have a reason to doubt? Like, I don't think so. What is this reason that I should be doubting? Sort of the skepticism. And this song kind of reminds you of Descartes, because it's like, what's this scratching at my brain? The desire to know and to sort of flip over the apple basket and figure everything out and how everything fits together.
And I can't stop, even if I wanted to. I'm stuck, maybe I'm simply deluded. That's right, maybe I've been wasting my time, all my time.
So the first line, and I can't stop even if I wanted to, it's like, you can't just stop wanting to know. Once you've been asked the question of like, what is the truth, or is this really real, it's not going to stop bothering you. And then up top, maybe I'm simply deluded. Like, well, maybe there's just something wrong with me and how I perceive things. Because, like maybe your senses can't exactly tell you everything correctly. So maybe it's just my problem that I'm not seeing reality right. And then, that's right, maybe I've been wasting my time, all my time. Like, if I ignore these thoughts, will they go away? Or is it something that I really need to follow?
It's hard to just a bubble you can do. I'm so sick and tired of falling through, and it's true. Maybe I've been wasting my time, all this time.
So, and it's hard to justify what you can do. So, like, backing up what you believe is hard work. Like, everything that you've been taught and that you know is real, well, why? Because the backing up those facts it's hard because you've just had it as a given your entire life. And then I'm so sick and tired of falling through. It's like, well, now that I'm in this, I've got to find out why it's real. I've got to find out why what I think is true. And then the next lines is again like, well, if I ignore it, will it go away? Or is this something that's begging to be answered? Is this a question that I need to find an endpoint to? This one is like, this part kind of goes into the story of how Socrates went around asking, like a judge, what is justice? Or asking the poets, what is love? So he's going around and asking earnestly in search of any answers, asking anybody for something that he can base everything off of. And like how Descartes went around, or not asking people, but writing and trying to sort out his thoughts on why, like, what can I base everything else off of? What is the one fact or truth that I can actually use?
Softly stab my evil dreams faster. Help me fall asleep. No one knows that's how it goes. All the thoughts that we transport.
So this one, softly stop my evil dreams, that's like, help me weed out the fake beliefs, but like maybe not that much, do it gently because I don't want to just completely go insane. And then the evil dreams also goes on with Descartes' evil genius, like help me stop him, help me figure out if he's real or fake or whatever's going on. And then the part where it says faster, help me fall asleep, that reminds me back to The Matrix, where it's kind of like falling asleep in those chairs where they'd be plugged in, and then you wake up in the Matrix again, like you're in this other world. And so, and it says no one knows that's how it goes. Like when you're a kid, you don't know that what you're being taught, like real and fake, is false, and you don't know that sometimes you can't depend on your senses. It's not that complex. Everything seems really simple. And then he says all the thoughts that we transpose, and that's like all the thoughts that we transpose based on what we've been taught, and maybe what we've been taught is false, and we don't realize it because we have no other touchstone for reality to base any other thoughts off of. And then the chorus repeats, and it goes on like, maybe it's just a problem with me. I still have to figure this out. And so, yeah. And then the second part where I need to figure out how to back up my claims as to why I think this is true, and I need to figure out something to fortify all of my beliefs so that I can actually rest on them and believe that this is true. And this little interlude here, I think of that as like thinking space, just because. And the chorus repeats again after this, but then it goes back to a different verse. Yeah, and so this last part is just from time to time we fall in line. Like occasionally we figure out that what we believe in is actually real. Like back to Descartes' story where he's like, okay, well, God is real. He was a theist, and so he's like, well, beforehand I thought that God was real, but then I upended the apple basket, and as I was putting it back, I came to the same conclusion that God is still real. And so, but now it seems that we are blind. And so this is like, but in this moment before he went soul searching, like right after he had flipped over the apple basket, he doesn't really know anything for sure anymore. And it says, no one knows that's how it goes, all the thoughts that we transpose. And that's like, no one knows for sure because you can't step outside of reality and look down at it sort of objectively, like from a higher viewpoint than what we have in these bodies. Or you can't really know if what you believe is false or not or true. And then coming back to the rest of it, yeah.